Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter fractions and mixed numbers. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 6 math. Chapter we are on right now is fractions and mixed numbers. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is write fractions in lowest terms. Write 2 by 6 in lowest terms. So how do we write the fractions in lowest term? We need to find the largest number that can divide both numerator and denominator. So divide 2 by 6 by the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 2. So divide both numerator and denominator by 2. Like here is 2 by 6. Divide both of them by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2 by 6 is written in terms 2 by 6 written in lowest term is 1 by 3. Let's just start with the test questions. Write 1 by 10 in lowest terms. So 1 by 10 is already in the lowest term, right? Because you have the numerator 1. So 1 by 10 is equal to 1 by 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 7 over 8 in lowest term. So we need to find the greatest number that can divide both numerator and denominator. So 7 is a prime number, right? That means we do not have any common number that can divide both 7 and 8. That is 7 over 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 3 by 9 in lowest term. So divide 3 by 9 by the greatest common factor. So the greatest number that can divide both numerator and denominator is 3. Let's just divide them by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that equals 1 by 3. The correct option is 1 by 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 8 by 10 in lowest term. So the greatest number that can divide both 8 and 10 is the greatest number that can divide both 8 and 10 is so divide by the greatest common factor, that is 2. 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 times 5 is 10. That would be 4 over 5. The correct option is 4 over 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 4 by 5 in lowest term. So 5 is a prime number, right? That means 4 by 5 is already in the lowest term. If one of them is prime, then the fraction is already in the lowest term, right? Form. Write 2 by 6 in lowest term. So let's just divide it by the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 2 divided by the 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 6 divided by 2 is 3, that is 1 by 3. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 1 by 3. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. The next lesson is understanding fractions word problems. Josh and his father made 7 pancakes. They put blueberries in 4 of the pancakes. What fraction of the pancakes had blueberries? The 7 pancakes in total, right? And 4 of them had blueberries. So that is 4 out of 7 had blueberries. The correct option is 4 out of 7. Let's just start with the test questions. Kenny got out 18 celery sticks for a snack. He put peanut butter on 13 of them. What fraction of the celery sticks had peanut butter? That is 13 by 18. The correct option is 13 by 18. The total celery sticks are 18. He put peanut butter on 13 of them. That is 13 by 18. That is 13 by 18. Option number 2 is the correct option. There were 5 pieces of paper on a table. 4 blew away. What fraction of the pieces of paper were left? There are total 5 pieces on the table, right? So 4 blew away. So that means we are left with only one paper. That is 1 out of 5, right? That means only one left on the paper. So 1 out of 5 it is. There are 20 cars parked in Ying Street. 8 of the cars are red. What fraction of the cars are red? That would be 8 out of 20, right? Four times 2 is 8 and 4 times 5 is 20. That is 2 by 5. The correct option is option number 3. That is 2 by 5. There are 7 mailboxes on Addy Street. 5 of the mailboxes are silver. What fraction of the mailboxes are silver? That is 5 out of 7. Option number 3 is the correct option. There were 10 frogs on a log. 4 hopped away. What fraction of the frogs were left? So out of 10, 4 hopped away, right? So that means we are left with 6 out of 10. That is 3 out of 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 3 by 5. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is least common denominator. So now we're going to learn how do we calculate least common denominator. What is the least common denominator of 1 by 12 and 5 by 6? So the denominators are 6 and 12, right? We need to find the least common denominator of 3 and 12. So let's just write the prime factors of each number. So let's just write down the prime factors of 12 and 6. So the prime factors of 12 are 2 times 2 times 3. So first thing you need to learn is how do we find the prime factors? Divide 12 by the smallest prime number. The smallest prime number that can divide 12 is 3. We have already covered the lesson prime factorization. If you need help with the prime factorization, you can search the lesson on the channel, right? So 3 times 4 is 12. Divide 4 by the least common number, that is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then 2 divided by 2 is 1. So these are the 3 times 2 times 2. Got it? This is the method we can find the prime factors. Then the prime factors of 6 are 2 times 3. We need to write down, we need to see the LCM. So first thing you need to see is the common factors. The common factors are 2, 3 and 2, 3 are the common factors. So 2 and 3 are the common factor and 2 is the non-common factor. So 2 times 3 is 12. So that means the least common denominator of 6 and 12 is 12. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the least common denominator of 8 over 9 and 1 over 6? So the denominators are 9 and 6, right? So we need to write down the prime factors of 9 and 6. The prime factors of 9 are 3 times 3 and the prime factors of 6 are 2 times 3. So this is the common factor and this is the non-common factors. So the least common denominator is 3 times 3, that is 9, and 9 by 2 is 9 times 2 is 18. So the least common denominator of 8 by 9 and 1 by 6 is 18. Got it? So the least common denominator is 18. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the least common denominator of 7 over 6 and 7 over 10 and 2 over 5? So the denominators are 10 and 5. The prime factors of 10 are 2 times 5, right? And the prime factors of 5 are 5 times 1. The prime factors are 5 times 1. So the great common factors are 5 and 2 is the non-common factor, right? So 5 times 2 is 10. So the least common denominator is 10. Got it? So the least common denominator is 10. Option number 3 is the correct option. What is the least common denominator of 1 by 12 and 5 by 6? So let's just write down the prime factors of 12 and 6, right? So the prime factors of 12 are 2 times 3, and the prime factors of 6 are 2 times 3. So 2 times 3 is the common factor, and this 2 is the non-common factor. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. So the correct option is the correct option is 12. Option number 3 is the correct option. Got it? What is the least common denominator of 10, 7 over 10 and 3 by 4? So which is the correct option? 20 it is. The correct option is 20. What is the least common denominator of 1 by 2 and 1 by 10? So which is the correct option? 10 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers. Write 2 whole 1 by 8 as an improper fraction. So how do we write? Start with the whole number. 2 is the whole number, right? You have to multiply and divide the whole number by 8, right? Like you can write 2 as 2 by 1. Now multiply this 2 by 1 by the denominator of the improper fraction. The denominator is 8. You need to multiply 2 times 8 divided by 1 times 8. That makes 16 over 8, right? So you have 16 by 8, we already have 1 by 8. So just add 16 plus 1 is 17 over 8. So 2 whole 1 by 8 can be written as 17 over 8. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Write 7 whole 5 over 9 as an improper fraction. So the whole number is 7, right? We can write the 7 as 1 over 7 over 1 and then multiply the fraction by 9 because 9 is the denominator. 9 times 7 is 63 over 9. Now we have the fractional part, that is 5 over 9. So which is the correct option? Now they have the like denominators, you can add the numerators. So 3 plus 5 is 68 over 9. Option number 3 is the correct option. You guys just have to add 68 by 9 it is. Write 21 by 2 as mixed number. So you have to divide. Divide 21 by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 0 is 0. That is 10 whole 1 over 2. The correct option is 10 whole 1 by 2. It is option number 2 is the correct option. Write 49 by 10 as a mixed number. Ten times 4 is 40. Simply divide. 10 times 4 is 40. We have 9 here, right? So it would be 4 whole 9 over 10. The correct option is 4 whole 9 by 10. Option number 3 is the correct option. Got it? Write 1 whole 3 by 4 as an improper fraction. So the whole number is 1, right? Multiply the whole number by denominator. We can write the whole number as 1 by 1, multiply it by the 4. That is 4 over 4. You already have a fractional part that is 3 by 4. So you just have to add. The correct option is 7 over 4. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 7 over 4. 7 by 4 is the correct option. 7 over 4 is the correct option. Write 1 whole 1 by 6 as an improper fraction. So which is the correct option? That is 7 over 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 5 whole 5 by 2 as an improper fraction. So which is the correct option? That is 27 over 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we are working on is fractions and mixed numbers. The lessons we have covered today are right fractions in lowest terms, understanding fraction word problems, least common denominator, and convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I am here to answer all your questions and confusion if you have any. So any questions you can please ask if you have any.